Hello there. So today I'm going to talk about food allergies in dogs and cats. So there are a lot of misconceptions that come with food allergies. So just kind of a basic, food allergies are going to typically be to the protein source in a food. There are a very small subset of cats and dogs that can have allergies to grains, to certain dyes. I've seen a couple of dogs that were allergic to grain mites, which are something that are very hard to get rid of just due to how dog food is produced. But the vast majority of the time, like 98-99% of the time, they're going to be allergic to a protein source in the food. So when we suspect food allergies in a dog, kind of the layperson term for food allergies is ear and rear disease. So a lot of these dogs are going to have recurrent ear infections and sometimes anal gland issues. But when we suspect it, we typically put them on what's called a novel diet or a novel protein diet. That just means a protein that their intestinal tract has never seen before. That is the only way to 100% diagnose food allergies. There are some like blood tests and stuff out there that say they test food allergies. They are insanely inaccurate and I do not recommend them. Typically we will start with a pretty strict diet that has a protein source they haven't seen and then kind of work our way down if we need to. Now, I've had a lot of people that suspect their animal has food allergies and they put them on a boutique grain-free food and they do a whole lot better. My next video, I'm going to talk about why that may be the case. But in our setting, we will typically start with a prescription diet that we know exactly what the protein source is, that it doesn't have any cross-contamination, or that the protein source is broken down small enough that their body doesn't react to it. And then after that point, if you see a patient dramatically improve, then you can try to find over-the-counter versions that fit with that novel protein. Now, kind of the annoying part is, for a diet trial to be effective, they have to be strictly on the food you're trialing for 8 to 12 weeks to see a difference. And that means you have to eliminate any treats with a protein source they've had before, any heartworm and flea prevention with a protein source they've had before. So you have to get very, very strict to get these dogs figured out. I have seen dogs before that were allergic to chicken, and just the owner dropping a piece of chicken on the ground, immediately picking it up, and the dog licking the grease or the chicken fat was enough to make them break out. So you have to be pretty darn strict with a food trial to figure out what they're allergic to. The kind of the top of the list is chicken, beef, and soy are kind of our three big allergens, at least in my area. We have some pets that have a little allergy to eggs, and we're seeing a little bit more to salmon and lamb because that's what a lot of more of our hypoallergenic foods are using. But realistically, once you figure out what they're allergic to, the only way to control a food allergy dog is to not give them their allergen, or you will get breakouts or flare-ups of their issues. A lot of dogs that have environmental allergies will also have food allergies, at least to a tiny degree. So a lot of our allergy dogs, we do recommend them coming off of those common allergy proteins if possible.